I said, what's up, y'all? Look at me when I'm talking to you, bro. Nah, I'm just messing with y'all, man. This your boy Knockout Boxing 86 TV, and we in here. So check this out, bro. Before we get going on our video, smash the like button, subscribe to the channel if you're new here, share the video, turn on your notifications, go follow me on Twitter at KOBoxing86TV. If you got a breakdown or a prediction that you'd like me to do, knockoutboxing86@yahoo.com is the email address. And don't forget about our live shows, live every Wednesday night, 7:30 p.m. Central Time, live every Thursday night, 7:30 p.m. Central Time, and live every Sunday morning, 9 a.m. Central Standard Time with the singing OG KQKC Boxing Network, Sunday mornings, 9 a.m. Central Standard Time. But let's get it popping. Let's get into today's video. And today, I got some good news and I got some bad news, bro. The good news is Gervonta Tank Davis has said that he's fighting soon. He will be fighting in January. He posted a tweet that just said Jan. Y'all know he cryptic. You know what I'm saying? I'm taking that to mean that he getting it popping in January, which I'm excited about. That's the good news. Tank Davis will be in the ring soon, continuing to stay active, not taking too much time off, and continuing his career. The bad news is, I don't know who the hell he fighting, bro. I think it's going to be another. I'm a Tank Davis fan, bro. Okay? Everybody know that about me. But we don't sugarcoat shit over here. I'm not one of these fans where you can just fight anybody and I'm not going to criticize you. And I have been underwhelmed. I have been unhappy with the opposition that Tank has decided to fight since I've started my channel. Okay? And I must say, if you're really paying attention, if you're really a diehard fan, then you should be worried too about who he fighting. Because I'm telling y'all right now, the names that people float out there, all of them are cap. All of them are unrealistic. I think it's two people that he could possibly fight. And one of them, if he fight, when people start talking shit about Tank, I'm just going to be quiet, bro. Because I'm going to be forced to agree with him, and it will be the type of opponent that you can't take up for. Excuse me. Now, who are these fighters? People will try to throw Ryan Garcia out there. Let me tell y'all something. Showtime is not acquiescing and capitulating to DAZN trying to be a part of the pay-per-view presentation. They're not doing it. Okay, so Ryan Garcia, for all this negotiation people try to tell me about, it's not a realistic fight at this point until Golden Boy comes off of insisting that DAZN somehow be a broadcast partner with Showtime, even though they have Ryan Garcia brings no pay-per-view numbers to the table whatsoever. They basically just trying to mooch off of what Showtime built Tank Davis into and get some pay-per-view revenue on their side as well, knowing that they have nothing to bring to the table. So Showtime is not acquiescing to that. That shit's a non-starter, and that fight ain't gonna happen as long as they continue to do that. So I don't think it's Ryan Garcia in January. Then Frank Martin and Michelle Rivera just got took off the table because they fighting each other in December. Isak Pitbull Cruz, they're saying that he got a fight coming up in March, so it's not him for a rematch. Rolly Romero, hell no, Tank not fighting him again. Edwin De Los Santos, who just knocked out Jose Valenzuela, not a big enough name. So they're not fighting him because don't nobody know him. And after what he just did to Jose Valenzuela, like, you really think that anybody is gonna fight him right now? Like Devin ain't fighting him right now. Loma ain't gonna fight him right now. All these established dudes trying to fight each other, bro. You know what I'm saying? Ain't and Tank is just the odd man out right now because everybody got plans and shit. He's on the wrong side of the street, so to speak. Even though he the biggest star or whatever, everybody got plans for January, bro. So Edwin De Los Santos not a realistic option either. That's their whole stable, bro. Except for one guy I'm gonna come back to. Well, two guys. And I think it's going to be one of them, and both of them I ain't thrilled with. Then you look at the other fights we want. Teofimo Lopez, is Tank going to 140? And that's a top-ranked fighter. And Teofimo already got a fight in December. That's off the board. You look at the PBC 140-pounders. Alberto Puello, the champion at the WBA at 140. Don't nobody know him, bro. Don't nobody know him. And Tank said he don't want to go back up to 140 right now. So I don't even think 140 is an option. I think he's fighting at 135. Then you look at top rank, they all got plans. He ain't getting in there with Loma because Loma about to fight Devin. He ain't getting in there with Devin because Devin about to fight Loma. Then everybody talk about Gary Russell Jr. Gary Russell Jr. got an injury. He had surgery for it and this shit. And when he was popping this shit to Chris Colbert earlier in the year, he was popping this shit to Chris Colbert. He said he won't be ready for a while. And I doubt Gary Russell Jr. will be ready to fight by January. He's not an option. Chris Colbert is not ready to fight Frank Martin in December. That's what Earl Spence said. So that's why Frank Martin and Chris Colbert not fighting. I doubt that he'll be ready to fight Gervonta Tank Davis by January. I don't think he will want smoke like that. But he's an option. And no one would, like, he'd be 130 coming up to 135, bro. So all these people, like, none of them are real options. So that leaves us with two people, realistically. Two people. And I'm going to tell you right now, I don't like neither one of them. One of them I absolutely positively can't stand. Okay? I can't stand this idea. I hated it like 2-3 years ago when they were trying to talk about this fight. Tank Davis versus Abner Mares, bro. That's murder. That is more of a one-way fight, one-sided mismatch than Tank Davis versus Rolly. At least Rolly was big and strong. Mares was coming up from like 122. And well past his prime. At least Leo was still champion and still somewhat in his prime and had beat everyone that he had ever been in the ring with. Abner Mares coming off of losses, got both his eyes jacked up, and he just got a draw with a dude that, bro, no, okay? But that's what he looking like. No, bro. And then the other option, Dark Horse, people don't know him, but at least he's champion, and he beat the shit out of Chris Colbert. Hector Luis Garcia coming up from 130 to 135. That's the best that we can hope for. Strong southpaw, big puncher at 130, you know, coming up to 135 to take on Tank, probably doing that same shit they did with Leo Santa Cruz, you know, putting Tank's regular 135-pound belt and Hector Luis Garcia's super WBA 130-pound belt, putting them on the line and fighting in a fight to just keep Tank active, so to speak. That's where we at right now. This is an active fight. We ain't getting no big fight. Because the one realistic shot we got at a big fight, Ryan and them don't want it. They making excuses as to why the fight should take place on DAZN and Showtime at the same time. They want Showtime to share revenue with DAZN. Although Ryan has never did a pay-per-view in his entire career. That's what they want. So now we're looking at in-house fighters. And that leaves somebody like Alberto Puello, Chris Colbert, and Hector Luis Garcia. And goddamn it, and Abner Mares. Abner Mares is well past it. Alberto Puello fights at 140 and Tank don't want to fight at 140 no more. Hector Luis Garcia already beat Chris Colbert ass. I be damned if Hector Luis Garcia is available, Chris Colbert is available, and you fight the guy that got his ass whooped when you can fight the guy that whooped his ass. So at the very least, as a Tank Davis fan, the best that we can hope for, realistically, and I just broke it down for y'all in this video, the best that we can hope for right now, realistically, based on everything that I told you. Gary Russell Jr. injured, he ain't available. Chris Colbert can't be ready for Frank Martin in December, but he'll be ready for Tank Davis a few weeks later in January. No, it's not going to be Chris Colbert. It can't be Frank Martin because Frank Martin is fighting Michelle Rivera. It can't be Michelle Rivera because Michelle Rivera is fighting Frank Martin. It can't be Jose Valenzuela because he just got his head knocked out by Edwin De Los Santos. It can't be Edwin De Los Santos because Edwin De Los Santos is not a champion. He's still a prospect. So the only realistic, it can't be Devin Haney because Devin Haney's fighting Loma. It can't be Loma because Loma's fighting Devin Haney. So the only realistic option for this man in January is Hector Luis Garcia or Abner Mares. Now, I know Abner Mares is a bigger name than Hector Luis Garcia. I know Abner Mares is a more accomplished fighter than Hector Luis Garcia. But Abner Mares is also a much easier fight. Abner Mares is also somebody that shouldn't be allowed. Like, no one should sanction a fight between Tank Davis and Abner Mares. Hector Luis Garcia is the choice here, in my opinion. That's who I think he's fighting. And Hector Luis Garcia already called him out, said that he wanted him next. He's free to fight him. He's a PBC fighter. That's who he should be fighting in January. At least you're fighting a world champion, someone who is undefeated, someone coming off a big win in Chris Colbert, and then another big win over Roger Gutierrez, albeit a weight class lower than you. I say fight him at 135. Or if you came down for Leo to fight at 130, you can fight him at 130 if you can make it comfortably. The man weighed in at 133 in his last fight up against Rowley. So Tank Davis, if he stays in shape, he could make 130 if he wanted to. But 130 and 135, I don't care. The best possible realistic fight that we could hope for Gervonta Tank Davis. Looking at the landscape of boxing, including politics, including promotional companies, the best one we can hope for right now, man, is Hector Luis Garcia, bro. So I got some good news and some bad news. Tank fighting in January, but it's not gonna be one of our preferred opponents for him. Y'all let me know where I'm wrong at, man. Let me know where I'm wrong at. Comment down below, smash the like, subscribe to the channel, share the video, turn on your notifications, follow me on Twitter at KOBoxing86TV. For breakdowns and predictions, you can hit me on my email, knockoutboxing86@yahoo.com is the email address. Appreciate y'all watching. Enjoy the rest of your day. And with that, we out of here. Peace out, y'all.